closing ceremony very shortly. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please maintain decorum of the hall. We'll be starting with the closing ceremony shortly. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Esteemed Vice Principal, Chief Guest, Ma'am Dotre, Mr. Morrison, our Faculty Advisor, Ma'am Dhawan, and all of the participants present here. After 3 days of intense deliberation, arguments, pleadings, and whatnot, preceded by an entire month of, memorial drafting, researching, everything has condensed to this very moment, and now here we are. Welcome to the closing ceremony of Martiniere Moot Court competition, and it is my privilege to, be presenting it and, concluding it. Ladies and gentlemen, sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is a feeling that is common in every single competition. It is not just winning and losing. An event also comprises of preparation, an aspect that we have already delved in. Now, let's talk about the aspect of sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is not just on books, that after humility you have to be modest, after winning you have to be calm. Sportsmanship is also making friends along the way. Sportsmanship involves that instead of fighting over rules, instead of deliberating, you cooperate, you interject, you cooperate with your opponents in order to come to something productive, and that is what a moot court competition is all about. A moot court competition, an actual replication of any court proceedings, is a college event in its typicality. However, Martiniere, with the efforts of the Martiniere Law Society in the year 2022, was able to bring it down to a school event, organizing the first intra-school moot court competition in the entire country. And now 2 years later, here we are, with the biggest moot court competition on the school circuit across India. And now you're at its closing ceremony. It has been a memorable event for everyone, the core ceremony, the core participants. However, my perspective is slightly different. Having participated in 2022, 2023, and now different from anyone else in the OC or perhaps even the participants. 2022, I was a naive boy. I remember Ma'am Dhawan announcing the participation list for the moot court competition happening intra-school. I was surprised that how could something that my brother would always talk about, being in a law college, come to the school circuit. Curious, I enrolled for the same. And then my life has been different ever since. Since then, have been the defending champions from last year's moot court competition, something that will come up again and again throughout this competition. Well, I stand here and it is my privilege to be hosting the closing ceremony for this year's edition, the second Martiniere Moot Court. The event began with pool of lots and the launch of our own law journal. A law journal is a compilation of the articles from not just school students, rather prominent jurists from all across the country, most of them being Martiniere alumni, showing you how strong the Martiniere alumni base is. Law journal being something so deliberate, something that causes you to think about the modern problems, the contemporary problems, and that is again what law deals with, and that is what Martiniere Law Society believes in: deliberation, research, and progress. Ladies and gentlemen, the entire 3 days I was busy with the score tallying, because of which I haven't prepared a substantial speech so far. So all I can do is talk about what I actually remember for the event. And well, an event, this is what you take from it. The memories, the participation is a good high. I can admit when I am on the stage during a competition, while I'm speaking on the podium, the high is better than whatever I can ever think of. However, the dopamine that you get from the memories whenever you reminisce them, whenever you think about them, and this event has given me just that. Our administrative secretary, Raghav Khosla's food, too well, explaining the rules to the participants or fighting with the same participants over the rules that I just explained. Everything has been an integral part of the competition so far, and I would like to thank everyone from the participants to the core team to the logistics, even the people who have assisted with the most minor details of the competition. Generally, thank you for everything you have done. Moot Court being an inherently college-based event, we brought it to Martiniere with a very simple ideology. The world changes and we have to progress. We have to adapt to all the changes that are coming up in the world. Law being a recently emerging career, and I coming from a family of law, and another reflects I being a student of law, something that I have immense pride in, and something that I have an exam about in 1 month, but I know that this event has been fruitful. Coming back to the original course, law is an emerging career, and it is very important for us to understand how important law as a field is and giving it as an option to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, law has been long overlooked as a career option in the world of sheep race. However, once we talk about law, it is one of the most prominent, promising, and most fabulous careers. My parents being judges, I can tell you from their perspective, the happiness they have when they have done justice to someone perhaps suffering for a very long time. And that is again what law is about, serving people, and for some people, well, making money. Ladies and gentlemen, coming back to the event, over the 3 days, I have seen the best arguments, something that I could not have ever thought of could have been done. Compared to last year, the escalation in quality has been so significant that I cannot put it into words. But rather, being a participant or a defending champion, I know that the wait for the competition, the wait for the results is very difficult to bear, so I won't waste any more of your time. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Vice Principal to address the participants regarding the competition once. So.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, young aspiring lawyers, judges. Before I have the honor to introduce our esteemed chief guests and our guest of honor, I have a prayer. I know that there's a saying that justice delayed is justice denied. But my prayer to all of you is, I know that at some point of time, taking into consideration the population of our country, the number of cases there are, please see that justice is not denied. That is my prayer to you. So once again, I am honored to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Mrs. Alka Verma. Mrs. Verma's distinguished legal career and contributions make her a perfect fit for this event. She is a former member judicial of the Railways Claims Tribunal. Mrs. Verma has a wealth of experience. She began a legal journey in 1993 After completion of her tenure as member judicial, she has again joined the legal profession and presently practicing at the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court. Her expertise led to her appointment as senior counsel for the Union of India and various government departments. In 2015, Mrs. Verma's exceptional abilities were recognized with her appointment to the Railways Claims Tribunal. She served in Ernakulam, Ahmedabad, and Lucknow, handling a diverse range of cases. Mrs. Verma's dedication and commitment to justice have been evident throughout her career. A big round of applause for our chief guest, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you, ma'am, for coming. I know you're a busy person. Thank you for spending this evening with us. We also have with us this evening Mrs. Soumya Darwal, who is presently practicing in the Supreme Court of India, the NCLT and the NCLAT, and has over 10 years of experience in the field of litigation. She is also a company secretary and also has held the post of General Secretary in the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. We thank both of you for sparing your precious time to be with us this evening. Thank you, both of you. Thank you so much. It is now my pleasure to invite our chief guest on stage so that we can present you with the memento, ma'am. Please, can somebody escort ma'am to the stage, please? I now request our chief guest to address the gathering. Ma'am.
Hello, good evening everyone. I'm so happy, I'm extremely delighted to see the young brigades of law here. Young brigades of law because you are the future of the society and the baton of justice will be given in your hands now after completing your graduation in law. Law, what is law? Law is not only command of the sovereign nowadays, sovereign means people, but it is the demand of the people nowadays. It is not the only command of the sovereign, but it is the demand of the sovereign. Everyone should be aware of basic law. What is law? If you see around, you will find that it is nothing but it is crystallized common sense of the society. And all of you know, ignorance of law is not an excuse, not even in day-to-day life, and not in the hardcore case before the court of law. In my time, there was no subject such as legal studies. When I was approached for this event, I was a bit taken back. I was a bit surprised that the college students are participating in moot court competition, because generally hitherto the law students, law graduates used to participate in moot court competitions. So I have come to know that legal studies have been introduced in your curriculum, and now these moot courts are being conducted to familiarize you with the practice and procedure of the courts. That is very nice, and at this stage when you are just only studying, you are just on the threshold of law, and you have just started studying the law, then it is very good that after going through all these things, you are practicing moot court. That gives you practical experience of the courts. Now, one thing you must have noticed, that law is the latest rage, and it's lucrative too. Why not? It has to be, because it is providing so many avenues to the students. Apart from civil law, criminal law, commercial law is coming up, which is a new rage. There's so many entry cases in regard to each and everything. So people are expected to know the rules and regulations of the same, and that leads to the formation of law. And you must have seen that it has become so much lucrative profession. There are so many avenues. Needless to say, you must be knowing that after studying law, you can go to judicial services, legal profession, you can become advocate on the government side, as well as you can have your own practice and you can be elevated to the bench later on. There is a lot of scope in law firms, law officers in different departments, law editors for law journals, and apart from that, you can become lecturers, professors, readers in the law universities and colleges and schools. So initially, my journey, what should I say about you? It's a common sense, it's a very interesting. I studied law after my marriage. When my elder son was only 24 days old, then I appeared in first exam of law. And I cleared it, I passed 3 years. And thereafter, when they became on their own, then I joined the legal profession. And after practicing for 25 years, as your vice principal has already informed you, that I was selected on all India basis as member judicial. So all these years were very enriching, very nice, and I wish all of you to work hard, study hard, and do whatever you like. You know, try to get what you like. Otherwise, you will be forced to like whatever you get. So when I see all these budding lawyers and the girls, I can see the girls also sitting in the audience, and it is a very, very nice profession, very respectful service portfolio or profession, I can say, for the girls. You can have your own time, you can work on the terms and conditions of your own. So I wish you all the best, study hard, work hard. This will pay you a lot in the long run. Thank you.
Now, I would like to present a video that the core team has compiled for the participants over the last 3 days. With that out of the way, now I would like to invite Mr. Morrison, our head of middle school, to address the participants and finish with the vote of thanks. So,
Good evening to one and all. The chief guest, Mrs. Dutre, all Martinians who are here as members of the jury or who are here to be a part of this event as judges, all participating institutions, on behalf of the Principal La Martiniere, I'm here to propose a vote of thanks before we finally conclude with this second edition of the La Martiniere Moot Court competition, the second edition. An event such as this takes a lot of planning. The La Martiniere Law Society, under the stewardship of Mrs. Hani Dhawan, has done a splendid job in organizing this event to the minutest of details. So thanks to Mrs. Dhawan and her team of students, budding law enthusiasts, for having put up this event together. May I request all the participants to give a round of applause to the La Martiniere Law Society. Thanks to the sponsors of this event, without whose contribution it might have been difficult financially to support an event such as this. Many thanks to the principals of the institution and the participants who made it a point to take part, and as was conveyed to all of us, I'm sure you all had a good time taking part in the deliberations, in the discussions, and I'm sure it has been a learning experience for all of you, budding future lawyers, magistrates, judges, because as students, whatever you learn, whatever you put into practice as part of this competition, I'm sure later in life, God willing, if you become lawyers, you will actually apply this experience in real life situations, and this experience at La Martiniere Moot Court is going to be an experience that you will cherish, and it will probably bring back memories at that point of time when you will be taking up arguments leading to justice. Also, I would like to thank our principal and vice principal for having consented and approved for this event to take place. Many thanks to Mr. Alfred Gomes and his team of workers, Mr. Moin Ali and his team, Mr. Leonard John, for all the physical arrangements, whether it is in Spence Hall or the other venues where the competition was held. Mr. Sherry Uman and his team from the EDP department and the college media team under the guidance of Mr. Neeraj Srivastav and Mr. DK Srivastav for covering this event and for the preparation of the certificates. Last but not the least, a word of appreciation to all the staff at La Martiniere who were a part of this event, some actively, some indirectly, having guided the students, and I'm sure for the students who have come from different schools, you will take back happy memories, the learning experience that you have gained in this competition, and I'm sure some of you would love to come back to La Martiniere at the 3rd edition of the Moot Court. So once again, a big thank you to all of you, and may I now request the members of the Law Society to take this program forward. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Now, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the people who truly made the event possible. These are the individuals who were always there to support us whenever we needed them to. We owe them a huge thank you for their dedication and their hard work. First, we have the members of the organizing committee who worked really hard along with guiding their juniors with them. Arjun Raheja, Pranav Mittal, On Abdi, Nikhil Kapoor, Soumya Haswani, Sarj Srivastav, Danny Alexander, Basil Mohammed, Hamdan Haider, Ibad Raza, Anuresh Pandey, and Kurt Hurley. Raghav Mishra. I would request the organizing committee to return to their places. Next, we have the people who did the special duties assigned to them very professionally. They are Shaurya Singh, Samuel D'Souza, Ayan Faruqi, Aditya Sahu, Joel Casey, Hamid Siddiqui, Mohammad Munir, Kabir Kalra, Abdur Khan, Rudrakant Avasti, Hamd Minai, Akshat Gupta, Pranoy Chatterjee, Aram Khan, Mohammad Anas Sheikh, Munis Faruqi, Shubh Shukla, Mohammad Abbas, Daud Ahmed, Umar Khan, Ujjwal Gupta, Aditya Speak, Mohammad Mustafa, Shayan Mehdi, Abdullah Khalid, Warren Myers, Sylvester Duron, Jaden Ferguson, Abbas Kazmi, Shardul Pratap Singh, Pragun Agarwal, Samrit Gupta, Valentino Francis, Ali Hashmi, Jaden Charles, Russell George, and Utkarsh Gupta. Now I'd like the special duties boys to please go back to their places. Now for the timekeepers and room in charges who again did their duties very professionally and handled the event very professionally. Kartik Agarwal, Shrivardhan Pandey, Ankur Yadav, Waleed Siraj, Kabir Bhandari, Leander Gomes, Abhiraj Agarwal, Atharv Srivastav, Atharva Kapoor, Manan Agarwal, Kabir Kalra, Ritvik Sharma, Dipesh Salwani, Kaustubh Badra, Hussain Shahid, Akshay Sharma, Divyanshu Gupta, Mehdi Rizvi, Azran Hussain, Akbar Subhan Khan, Sarthak Sethi, Ridhiman Shukla, Moort Dev, Ahan Mehrudra. And Ali Rizvi. Now I would like the boys to join their places, seats. And last but not certainly the least, I would like to invite all the logistics and escort teams to be in front of the staircase. May we please have a round of applause for the logistics and escort team. Now I would like to call upon Krishna, our host of the evening.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our juniors have compiled a behind-the-scenes footage for the core team and the OC team. Let's have a view at that.
Always ends the same when it was me and you. Every time I meet somebody, it's like deja vu. Always ends the same. Last 5 minutes on every word they say sounds just like you. And it goes like this: we get in your car and you need to kiss me. We talk for hours and night on the backseat.
Well. A big thanks to you, Shaurya Singh and Hamid Siddiqui for editing the video, and a bigger thanks to Manan Agarwal for recording these memories, which we would cherish forever. Now, I would like to invite the chief guest on the stage. Now I will be calling upon Manasvi Prakash to host the further event.
A very good evening, ma'am. Everyone, my name is Manasvi Prakash Srivastav and I serve as the co-editor of La Martiniere Law Society. Ma'am, I request you to kindly facilitate our distinguished panel of judges who have graciously honored us with their presence. Over the course of the past 3 days, they have lent their wisdom and expertise to preside over the proceedings of the entire La Martiniere Moot Court. Their names are, in no particular order, Mr. Manmeet Singh. I request our core team members to escort the judges to the stage. Please, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause for our judges? Next, we have Mrs. Vasundhara Mathur. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, we have Mrs. Shreya Prakash. Then we have Mr. Vaibhav Tiwari. Thank you so much, sir. Next, we have Mr. Aniket Raj. Then we have Mr. Wali Iftikhar. Then we have Mr. Pranav Agrawal. Next we have Mr. Akshay Bajpai. Participants, can we have a huge round of applause for all these gentlemen because they have so graciously accepted our invite to serve as the judges for the second edition of Moot Court. Next we have Mr. Ishan Khanna. Thank you so much, sir. Then we have Mr. Arnav Teku. Mr. Tiku has a lot of fans, I believe, in La Martiniere. Then we have Mrs. Aishwarya Tiku. Then we have Mrs. Tanya Singh. Then we have Mrs. Maria Fatima. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your efforts. And last but not the least, we have Mrs. Divya Tiwari. I request our chief guest to stay on the stage as I invite Mr. Raghav Khosla to announce the awards for the second edition of La Martiniere Moot Court.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, is the time. Are we all excited for the awards? Nope. Should we skip it? I can't hear you guys. Should we skip it? I can't hear anything. Either yes or no. Guys, either yes or no. I heard some no's, so here we go. Now is the time for the most awaited part of the evening, the prize distribution. First prizes, the best team of the preliminary rounds goes to La Martiniere Girls College. The best speaker for the preliminary rounds goes to Utkarsh Singh, CMS GN1. The best speaker overall goes to Tia Agarwal, Seth A.R. Jaipuria. The best memorial goes to, again, Seth A.R. Jaipuria. The best researcher overall goes to Avika Tyagi, again Saint A.R. Jaipuria. The winning team, the winners, the best team goes to Saint A.R. Jaipuria. Now those who gave them a weight of competition. The runner-up team, City Montessori School, GN1. Now I would like to request the chief guest to take her seat. A group of boys were given recognition earlier over here on the stage, but we left two of them for some special mentions. They are Arjun Raheja and On Abbas Abidi. Arjun Raheja and On Abbas Abidi, everyone. Now, I would like to hand over the proceedings to the Chief Secretary, Weber Vora, to give his farewell speech.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It has been an incredibly rewarding experience to serve as a leader of this amazing crew. Bringing this event to life required tremendous effort and dedication. But it wasn't only the core team that made it possible. Many other members played key roles. With that in mind, I would like to proudly introduce the heads of the individual teams who led specific tasks ensuring the success of today's event. Now I will be introducing to you our head of logistics. Meet Shashwat Upadhyay, whose strategic insights drive our innovative solutions forward as a part of a leadership team. Now, I will be introducing to you another head of logistics, our very own friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Nityam Krishna. The backbone of a seamless supply and chain and operations. And finally, Akshan Shandilya, the one I can rely on the most. The one I can rely on the most to handle things efficiently and get everything arranged ahead of time. Now, meet Harshdeep Hanspal, our head of technical operations, the go-to person who can fix any issues I create in sheets and still emerge on top after navigating through hundreds of Excel files single-handedly. Now, let me introduce Ansh Walia, our head of administrations, who might work at his own pace but has been the best right-hand man this year, handling everything from school contacts to enduring my midnight scoldings. He has done it all. Now, meet Hamid Siddiqui, our head of overall operations, who ensured our opening, closing and behind the scenes videos which were top notch while supporting the core team throughout the year. Nityam, would you like to remove your mask? Now, I will be introducing the core team. Boys, please join the audience. Can we have a round of applause for them? Thank you so much. Now, I will be introducing the core team whose collaboration made it possible for me to lead this society with ease. Let me introduce Pranay Tripathi and Musa Hussain. Our logistics secretaries who made sure the logistics team enjoyed the event while making the work a breeze for our juniors. Now, let's recognize our treasurers, Bhavneet Singh Luthra and Arjun Pratap Singh. Their commitment to their roles allowed me to confidently include anything in a budget without hesitation. Now, let's give a round of applause to our technical secretary, Vasil Varsi. This man single-handedly created outstanding designs and never once showed irritation even when I asked him to change a single design thousands of times. Now, let's acknowledge our editor-in-chief and co-editor, Shaurya Trivedi and Manasvi Prakash Srivastav. Their unwavering commitment made it easy for me to confidently pursue the outstanding second edition of our La Martiniere Law Journal. Now, let's recognize our administrative secretaries, Krishna Gupta, who selflessly goes anywhere we need him for work, sacrificing his coaching but never his gym. And Mukhtar Abbas, the mastermind behind the outstanding awards. Now, let's give a round of applause for our deputy secretaries, Krishna, the brilliant problem solver for all our participant queries and a key decision maker, followed by Raghav Khosla, the mastermind behind the absolutely outstanding food you enjoyed over the past 3 days, ensuring it was the best ever served at any event. Can we have a round of applause for Raghav especially? Now let's acknowledge our Chief Secretary, Virat Pandey, the best right-hand man who worked alongside me to effortlessly lead an organization of over 200 students. I would now like to invite all of you to join me in giving a big round of applause as all of our core team members join the audience. Now, I never wanted to, but I have to, by the power vested in me as the Chief Secretary of the La Martiniere Law Society for 2024 to 2025, I, Vaibhav Vora, hereby declare the second edition of the La Martiniere Moot Court officially closed. All the participants are requested to please collect their participation certificates later. Thank you so much.
the participating teams are requested to collect their certificates, and before everyone leaves the stage, can we have 3 cheers, 3 loud cheers for the Martiniere College? Hip hip hip! Hip hip hip! Hip hip hip! Thank you. Vive Martiniere.